Hi, Joe. Sit down. Thanks for the flowers, by the way. Joe, we are facing a menacing threat to our freedom as Americans tonight. We're talking Bin Laden stuff, war and Christmas stuff. We are facing perhaps our greatest enemy, elitist, Al Gore worshipping, climate change liberals. I'm sure you agree. I've got a blank whiteboard behind me here. I've seen the graphs. You've seen how I operate on my show, my magic, on the whiteboard. I need you to educate me right now on what I need to draw and say on my climate change hoax chart. And I want you to show me what you think Gore's staffer is going to use to go against me.
Yes, Mr. Beck, you are so right. I absolutely do agree with what you're saying. Those elitist, Al Gore worshipping, climate change liberals make me sick. They make me almost as sick as those prissy polar bear worshipping yuppies worried about the supposed climate change melting their precious ice caps.
I'm glad we are on the same page, Joe. So, down to business. We need to annihilate those liberal pansies on my show tonight.
Sounds like a plan, Stan. Let's get to that whiteboard magic. For starters, you can draw the steady temperature graph. Gore's camp is going to attempt to discredit you with his so-called hockey stick graph, which will be a piece of cake to disprove anyhow. I mean, for polar's sake, it only varies by 1 degree centigrade from the 3,000-year average. We have the graph to prove it.
Right. And where did you find this information? I just know those yahoos are going to come at me with everything they've got, so I want to get my sources down.
Oh, you know, I found out how to work the Google button on the internet machine, then went to Wikipedia from there. Super reliable. Gore's, on the other hand, is so complex looking. It is so obviously fake. What are they trying to compensate for, huh? They're just trying to confuse and mislead us. Like, what do they think we are, some kind of real scientists?
Psh, you're telling me? Any other advice?
Well, you know how in a previous show you had the video about the plants affected by the CO2 levels? Your data shows how beneficial that is for stimulating plant growth. However, their staff is going to bring up some different data that claims that it may have a negative impact on agriculture, health, and economy that are supposedly going to outweigh the positives. One point you can definitely use, though, is that our results show that, on some plants at least, the test subjects with the highest amounts of CO2 positively thrived.
So much carbon dioxide.
So, these dummies think this is a bad thing. Ha! What could possibly be wrong about so much anabolic growth? When I draw my graph for these increased plant growth, I'm only including the most vital plants anyways. We've got those pine trees, young ones, because old things are overrated. Wheat, both dry and wet. How about them apples, huh? And on top of that, we've got explicit info that shows that orange trees and oranges grew over 100% more efficiently with 600 parts per million CO2. So yeah, I can put it pretty simply for those imbeciles over there on Gore's camp. CO2 equals good.
Oh yeah.
That it does, Mr. Beck. That it does. You show those hippies. It sounds like you're off to a great start. Good luck tonight, sir.